Hi, Dr. G here again. We're coming down to our last couple of weeks, and most of you are really hanging in there during this difficult time. As always, I want to be sure that I say that I hope everyone is healthy, doing well, family members, and so on. I have posted our syllabus for this week right around noon every Saturday. I put it up, so that'll be week 13. We only have one more week after this week as far as class time, online time, whatever you want to call it. But you'll see all the things that are on there. But this coming Monday is like our regular Mondays. Wednesday, coming up Wednesday, I sent out a new pre-production checklist, upgraded it, updated it a bit. So that'll be the requirement for Wednesday, so I can see where everybody is at. I also emailed you a checklist for the final video. That's what I actually use to grade the final video project. So if everything on there is completed and done and put in your video, you'll be really in good shape. Then coming up next Friday will be the last video guide for next Friday, and so that'll be the final one. You won't have to do any more after that. So most of you have got almost all of you have 12 done so far. So that really helps. The big key for you to remember right now is on the 27th of Monday, the 27th. The book critique will be due. I sent that out to you too, the checklist for the book critique. Hopefully you have it. These are all posted on Canvas as well. If I were you, I wouldn't put it off until the night before or the day before because it'll be too much. That's why I brought it up way ahead of time. And you've had up to 3 months to read 4 chapters of a book. And so I'm hoping you don't try to do it at the last minute. I won't be able to take any late assignments at this point because we're at the end of the semester. So unfortunately, if you don't turn it in, it'll drop your grade dramatically in terms of points. So if I were you, I'd stick with it and get it done. It really follows the themes of what we've done the whole semester and should contribute to your final project a little bit in terms of knowledge. A couple of you do have video critiques due on the 27th, so keep that in mind that you're not doing both on the same day or the same night, that you're trying to get that done ahead of time if possible. Let's see, what else do we have coming up? Then we'll have after the 27th, I think it's on the 29th, if I recall. I'll probably email it out on the 27th, the final collaboration critique. Everybody needs to fill those out. I did have 2 people who never filled out the first one, so you'll have 5 points deducted from your final project automatically for not filling that out. So you need to fill that out. It's really critical that I get a sense of who's working and who isn't. And occasionally you get 1 or 2 people who do end up doing most of the work, and I'll have to tell you that my policy is I usually give them extra credit, and then the other people do not get the same score as they do. It's pretty easy for me to determine. I've been doing this for quite a few years, so I can tell who is really contributing and who isn't, especially with the weekly updates on Wednesday. So that's important. Right now, as I mentioned before, we do not have the final presentation of your video at the Innovation Center. I've mentioned that before. They have canceled all dates, so that May 2nd date is no longer happening. It's unfortunate, but in exchange, I've asked you to, when the video is done and approved, that has to be sent to me by noon on April 30th. UNR requires that I see every single video before I release it and tell people or send it out to people to watch, which I'm going to do. I'm going to have my own list of teachers, professors, and so on, people in the community who will be looking at these videos. So it'll start to circulate. We'll have 8 different videos, so they're going to go out. It's going to be quite a list. On the thing I've required from all of you, and we have 30 students in our class, everybody needs to send that video to at least 2 people. So that'll be 60 people roughly right there. So that's important. And in order to get credit for that on the checklist, you'll need to include me as a CC on the email. Obviously, I've already seen it at that point, but I know that you've actually sent it out to 2 other people. So you can send that email out all at once, 2 people and myself. And this way I know you've done it, and I'll give you the check on that list. So I think at this point, I don't know what else to say other than if you're stuck on your video editing or process, sounds like you're all in process now and know what to do. But you have Nick Gap over at the Media Lab. He's helped me on several projects in the past. He's very good. If you're stuck on something, you can actually go into your computer and help you from remote activity from the Media Lab. So he can actually help you do the editing and show you specifically what to do right on your own computer. So that's something to keep in mind if you're stuck on something at the end. I think that's all I have to say today. There's probably some other things, but if anybody has a question, please text me. I've got the text on unless I'm sleeping. It's pretty much active all the time. So don't hesitate. All the best, and we'll be connecting at least through your assignment on Monday.